Hey folks, welcome to another numeracy video. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to do certain objects that have been reflected on X and Y axis. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so having a look at this question, what it says is that we've got this triangle that's ABC. Should have put ABC there. Let's put it there. And what's happened is it's been reflected on the X axis and then the Y axis. Draw where the original triangle could have been. Now, it doesn't matter which way you start from. Either way you started, you're going to be able to figure this out. So you could actually figure this out on the y-axis first and then reflect it on the x-axis, or do it on the x-axis first and then reflect it on the y-axis. So I'm going to do the y-axis first, obviously, because I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at this. Now the y-axis is this yellow line right here. So what I would like to do is first figure out how far is this line. That's a terrible color to show, but I'm going to actually use this one here. So A is actually 5 units away from the y-axis, which means on the other side, it's got to be 5 units away from the y-axis as well. And I'm going to put this as A dash. Then I'm going to repeat the same process for C. So C is 5 units away from the y-axis. So C is going to be 5 units from the y-axis on this side here. And finally, we've got B. B is 12 units. So it's about 12 units away from the y-axis. But because it's along the line of where A is, so I'm just going to keep in mind that I've got to kind of reflect 12 units. But really, the point B is actually B dash is here. Now, once I have that, I'm going to put that, I can join up these, basically these 3 dots here. I'm going to try and use a ruler. Never have fun with using rulers in this particular software, but here we go. And finally, I'm going to join B dash with C dash. So there is the triangle that's actually reflected along the y-axis. Now, remember this was actually reflected from the x-axis and then onto the y-axis. All right, so what I need to now do is I'm going to actually reflect this triangle down here along the x-axis. Now the x-axis is this one right here, and I'm going to have to repeat the process again. Now I'm going to look at A dash. A dash is about 5 units away from the x-axis, which means it's also going to be 5 units away from the x-axis on the other side. This time I'm going to call it A double dash. And then we've got the C there, which is roughly 13 units. So because it's 13 units, C dash is going to be here. And then finally looking at B dash, which is another 5 units away from the x-axis. And that's another 5 units there. So therefore, B double dash is going to look like this. And once again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join these points. I didn't actually put a point here. So we're going to go up to there. Sorry, that's A dash there. And joining A to C, A dash to C double dash. And roughly doing B double dash to C double dash. Now this is basically, this is now where the original image started from. And then it got reflected on the x-axis, which meant it actually went to the top corner, top left corner. And then from there it got reflected on the y-axis, which meant it came down to the top right side of this space here. All right, so looking at another example. So let's actually go with this one here. And this one we've got a little bit more details. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit fast with it just so you can keep up with it. But what I might also do is I might just give you a bit of a time to maybe have a go at this question by yourself and just see how you go. But pause the video, try it out. All right, so what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to reflect on the x-axis first. All right, so that's where my x-axis is. I'm going to put some letters for this. I'm going to call this A, B, C, and D. Now this time I'm not going to actually, I'm just going to count the squares, right? So if you look at it, A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 away, which means when I reflect it, that's going to be 12 away as well. So that's going to be A, I'm going to put that as A single dash actually, A dash. Then I'm going to look at B. B is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is going to be B dash. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if it's 8, this is going to be C dash. Just trying to see which way I can put this. I'm going to put it outside. And then finally D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be D dash. Now once I have these 4 points here, what I'm going to do is I could actually create the shape. I mean, I think it'll be a lot easier to do this with, let's just see, rough shape here. There we go. That's just a quick little rough shape there. And now we're going to try and reflect this on the y-axis, which is the yellow line here. So again, I'm going to do the same strategy. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at A dash. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's going to go 14, which means A double dash is going to be here. Then I'm going to do D, which is 4 away. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. That's going to be D double dash. B is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10. That's going to be B double dash. And finally C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 means C double dash is going to be there. So once I have my points, I should be able to just quickly sketch up the diagram here. So just making sure that you're connecting it accurately, folks. I know on the tablet it's not really accurate because I can see that the shape is slightly off, but when you're doing it on paper, hopefully you are a lot more accurate than what I'm doing actually here. But as you can see, that is pretty much what you need to do. And so in this particular question, we can say that the shape that's actually here, this is the original shape that was started with, which was reflected on the y-axis, and then it was reflected on the x-axis. All right, folks, that is basically it for this video. As always, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to keep up with the latest content. Now, there should be a couple of playlists popping up here and here. Great material for revision, and as always, thank you for watching.